Austin, are you here for the big sale?
I am.
That's right. Great to hear it. So you look like you might be a little bit of a minivan kind of family.
I got a Subaru Outback.
Oh, you do? Oh, great. Great product here. This little baby is pretty popular for people that have a car that may or may not be super big, and also a great car for you like to camp.
I do. We love to camp.
You like going off grid?
Absolutely.
Perfect. It's probably one of my favorites. I love this. It's a great little. It's super light. Really sturdy. It's got this axle down here. Makes it very sturdy. Very important. That way, you know, people aren't, especially in Great Falls, super windy. Wind's gonna blow. Doesn't really move too much. Somebody's moving around. Still isn't moving all that much. Always super nice. The siding over here, it's metal, but fully insulated. So
Cool.
It's great, and it's a small little space, so you gotta be a little worried about it getting overly hot, but not the worst thing in the world, right?
Absolutely.
So right here, this is where your hot water heater will be. Great thing about this is all you have to do, turn on a little switch. You do not have to plug it in.
That's awesome.
Great, super convenient. Also super lightweight, easy to tow, like perfect for your Subaru. Also very important, obviously, we got your propane. About 20 pounds, probably more than I can actually lift. Manual little crank here, always nice. And
Yeah, it's
what
cool.
I
It's less
also
things
did-
to break.
Less things to break. Also, got a 2-inch hitch right there.
Awesome.
Perfect also for your towing.
Awesome.
Very important are these chains. Very important when you're driving. A lot of people aren't always the safest drivers, but it's always kind of nice to know that you have these brakes, and this will also stop it, so it's not gonna disconnect.
Cool.
Also super convenient. Batteries. So not all these little babies have this, right? Always kind of nice to know that you have this to always turn off. When you're not using it, I mean, how much vacation time do you have?
You know, we usually get out as much as we can in the summer, almost every weekend.
Perfect. Well, it's always kind of nice to know, especially if you don't want to leave anything on and have this not working on inside.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Also very nice to know, this perfect for making sure that rocks don't get up into your truck. Perfect also because if you're going to be off grid, that's definitely what's going to be happening. You're going to have mud and all these things
Right.
cranking up into it. Obviously, some people need a shower every now and then. You might want to wash your dog. I know that's what I would be doing when I'd be camping, fishing,
Yeah, it's
hunting,
really cool. So that's
whatever.
hot and cold. That's awesome.
Very, very hot. Isn't that great? Very convenient. A lot of people that fish, like me, clean your fish out here, make sure it doesn't get inside, especially in this little area, and especially since inside is the kitchen area. That's the most important part for the wife. And then, obviously, you'll have your hot water. This is where when things will be hooked up, and then super easy to make sure it's all drained out.
Yep.
When you're in an RV park, if you go to an RVs, it's also kind of nice to have one of these little guys, but you can connect it right there.
Cool.
This is perfect because obviously this little thing has a lot of electricity going on inside, so it's kind of nice to know that you have all this little doohickeys. And then perfect for fresh water, right? We got, is it 30 or 60?
30. So that's where I fill my 30-gallon freshwater tank up.
Yep.
Awesome.
And it's your black water is also 30, and so is your gray water.
It's awesome. So lots of storage for the little camper.
Perfect. Also little outlets in case you need to plug it into anything or
Yeah, absolutely.
anything else that needs to be plugged into. Tires are great for these little things.
Yeah, those are
especially
awesome off-road tires. Going to get me wherever I need to go.
Anywhere, especially in those little areas where big RVs, obviously they're not going to give you the privacy you want. They're not going to really get you into the trees, away from society.
Right, and that's what I'm looking for. Really, is just to be able to get into the mountains with me and my family. So this looks really good.
Isn't that great? What's also really nice is these are a little adjustable, so you can get different tires that are for a different size.
Okay, so like if this sat too tall for my Subaru, I could drop it down?
Perfect. Perfect.
That's awesome.
Yep. And it's great because, you know, maybe you're not going to go completely off grid, maybe just a little bit. So, but you can still get really good tires for those little ones. This is metal, so you get a flat tire, this isn't going to get damaged. Not going to get dead. Not going to have any issues like the plastic ones you tend to see.
Really cool.
Obviously, you have an awning in the back, which is also really nice. I'll see a lot of RVs with 2 awnings.
Yeah.
And it's kind of nice that this one has right at the entrance.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Too. Isn't it perfect? And then, of course, LED lights everywhere so you can see. Especially, you know, you're going to have little kids running around probably. They're going to go playing. They're going to be catching frogs. They're going to have best time.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going to come on it back in probably late at night. But it's also nice because you have this little view and you have that privacy. So you're going to watch your kids very playfully.
Absolutely.
And they're going to come in, it's light at night. Very sturdy. Like, isn't that great?
That's awesome.
Especially if, I don't know, maybe you have a dog. Maybe you're not going to take the kids for the weekend. Maybe
Well, we might go hunting once, so that's really cool. So the dog will really love that step.
Exactly. So, nice to know. Very structured, very stable. Really nice little handle here. Now, one very important thing if you're going to have kids, what's perfect, you have a carbon monoxide detector right there, which is great because we don't smell it. But it's nice to have that to detect it. This is your heater. Perfect spot for that to be. You know, it's not down on the ground, not going to be catching things on fire. Let's see. This is your thermostat. Perfect. You can just change the setting in here. This is where your solar light battery will be charging. What's perfect for this, say you may have a kid that's 12, 13. They can use this just as easy as you can. You know, they'll be able to set out the awning. Hopefully they don't play with it too much. Cause some issues. But this is where you'll also notice it'll just say right here, your battery charge is good for or low. And it'll say, you know, your
I can check my tanks out right there. That's awesome.
Yep, your gray, your black, your fresh water, your battery, everything right there. Just
Perfect.
shows. So that's always nice. Also got a smoke alarm. You got a vent up there, perfect for getting some fresh air here. Obviously, you got a nice little sink here. Isn't that great? You can cover that up.
That's a great sink.
And you can even use this as a cutting board.
Awesome.
Perfect. This is great because I know it seems like this is a small space, but when you think about it, you're going camping. Have you used tents in the past?
Mm-hmm.
They're small. You're packing up a ton of things up those hills, up those mountains.
No, this
Not
is
all
going to
that
be great.
different.
We can
Not
put
all that
everything in here
different.
and still have space.
Exactly. This is great because this can come down. So it's just perfect. You know, you can eat here, you can drink coffee. Say your kids go out there, they're looking at rocks, they're throwing rocks into the river.
Yeah, the windows in here are great.
Aren't they great? And also so great blackout lights. Or
Absolutely.
blackout curtains. Sorry. Perfect. And you and your wife can have coffee right here. You can watch your kids close by playing in the river, fishing. You know, say your kid caught a fish out there. I was so excited to just show it to you. But you're up here, you're drinking your coffee, and you saw it. These windows are perfect. These also. You can
Oh, they're completely mobile. I could take these outside.
You can.
That's
you
awesome.
can even put them in one of the storage areas.
Cool.
Right in here.
Yeah, I didn't expect to get a bathroom. That's really
I
cool to have
know.
in such a small camper.
Well, exactly, especially since you have the outside shower. But yes, it is so small. But yeah, you got a toilet there. got a shower right in there. Always kind of nice, especially, you know, once the kids are all muddy and have the evidence of having a good time.
Yeah, that's great. I didn't expect to get that in a camper this size.
I wouldn't have thought that either. And then, also kind of nice, you have a little coat hanger if it gets rainy. Even space for sleeping bags. If you do decide to bring a tent, there is even some space that you could bring some of that stuff with you. I could show you that in a little bit. But it's nice to have this little extra space. All these little nooks and crannies are always just important.
The storage
Especially
in
when
here
you
is
have
great.
kids.
The storage in here is awesome.
Yes. And of course, this can become a bunk bed.
Oh, cool.
And 150-pound limit, so still perfect. And what's great is when you're not using it, you can put it on up. How much of a hassle is it having a lot of beds and having to make them every day?
Right, so we can
This-
just hide that one right out of the way.
Yep. And even can be used for a little storage space too, if
Yeah.
you want to keep it down. This also is a couch, but it can turn into a futon.
Cool.
Also, you have a little,
With storage underneath it. The storage
Yeah.
is awesome.
and isn't that nice that you have a little
Yeah.
compartment there, cabinet, and everything perfect. Right at your convenience. Obviously, you can put a TV stand here, a little TV there. I don't know if that's important to you. You'll be out. kind of
Well,
in
we
the
like to watch our
woods.
TV too, so that's cool.
It is important, especially for kids. You know,
Mhm.
there's a lot when you're camping. There's not a lot of noise. You know, kids get used to a lot of noise, so sometimes it's kind of nice for them to have that. More storage space.
It's a great pantry.
Yes, it is. And it turns on. There's a little light that will turn on for you. Great bed for however many you're going to be having in this.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Like I said, if you ever do decide to bring like a little tent, there is some space. You can put your fishing caps, everything in there. Fishing, hunting, camping, anything that you can think of. Especially a lot of stuff for your kids. Very convenient to have that. And I know a lot of RVs obviously always have stuff like that, but it's kind of nice.
Not
And
this
it's up
size though. To
this
have
size.
something this small with that storage, that's great.
Exactly. Again, more outlets, and I know I'm forgetting something, but that's all I can think of. Oh, outside grilling. You want to look at that?
Oh, that's awesome. So I can plug my Blackstone right into that?
Yeah. and
That's
everything-
awesome.
Of course, as you saw, everything in the kitchen was full kitchen set, so they could do all the cooking. Why go inside? But if it rains, still that's there.
That's awesome.
Could I do it again?